Hey everybody, we're here today. We're here today doing our second installment of Tinkercad Design. Hey, make sure you post all your comments so that we can see them. Steve's monitoring it right now. And we are looking at the comments and taking suggestions and answering your comments. We're going to have a prize again today for one of our questions. And we'll get right to it. So today I thought I'd go a little bit deeper. Sometimes when we do certain files, we run into a problem. And I'm going to show you that problem and how to fix the problem of text being together. Okay, I'm here at Tinkercad, and I'm going to start it real quick. Anybody have any questions or anything right now? Post them up. Steve's monitoring it. We'll think about it, and we will tell you what we're doing. Okay, blank Tinkercad here. Okay, so what I've done was I already downloaded. Oh, you know, I've thought about something that I said last week that I wanted to do, and let me do that real quick. I'm going to go back real quick and show you this, but we'll do this real fast because I want to show how to do this in Thingiverse. I mean, excuse me, in Simplify. Okay, so here's my problem. I'll show it to you. Let me import what I'm talking about. I'm going to import. I've already downloaded my file from Thingiverse, and then you always have to extract it. You know, it uses it zips up the file, so we extract that file. Okay, I'm going to go to my file, and here it is. Okay, I'm going to import it, and you'll see here, there is my file. Now, here's my problem. Okay, on this file, they're both connected together. I cannot turn it. If I try to turn anything over here to put text on it, you'll see they're both connected. I want the top by itself. Okay, so here's what we can do. Okay, we'll go back to Simplify, and there's my Simplify. I'm going to import my file, and it's the heart set, and again we saw it as two pieces there. Okay, that I don't want. I want these singly. Okay, and if you see, they're both connected together, so I can move it and do whatever I want, but again, I don't want that. I want my single file. So the beauty about Thingiverse is they let you have full control of everything. Okay, so I want to go here, edit, mesh. I go to separate connected surfaces. I hit disconnect them, and now they're separate. Okay, if you see there on my Thingiverse, my Simplify, you can see now I have full control of each piece, which is nice. Now I want to save that. Okay, this is another way, we're combining Simplify and Tinkercad together, which is really helpful. I want to save that guy. Okay, I highlight on the one that I want. You see you can make them any color you want, you know, in your options to see whatever one's highlighted. I'll hit File. I'm going to export this file. I'm going to export binary, and then I'm going to save it in here as unconnected. Again, I'm going to take that piece, and I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to export it as a binary file. Oops, wrong one. I'm going to export this guy, and it will name it number 3. Now they are disconnected. Beautiful thing. Here's the reason being. Okay, I'm going to go back here to my Tinker, and I wanted to put a name or something on that lid. Okay, I'm going to trash this here. Just hit trash. I'm now going to import. I choose my file, and there they are separated. Now I could have named it lid. I could have named it box.
Pause that.
To my Tinker. Everybody was hearing our music, weren't they? Okay, so there's my project. The first thing that I like to do is, I tell you, Tinkercad names the files the weirdest things in the world. Mighty S Boo. So I'm going to call this Heart Lid. That's the first thing I do so that I know what my file is. Now again, I have it separated. Now I can work on this thing and put whatever I want into it to put my text on it. Okay, I'm going to zoom in here. Can everybody see okay? Is the video going good? Comment, and then just Steve will know if we need to adjust anything or do anything. Okay? Now, I want it on the lid here. And this is one of the, again, that was one of the 2 problems that we come across. This is a second problem that we come across that I wanted to show everybody how to fix this. Okay? Now, I want it on the top, so what do I have to do here? I have to rotate this guy 180 degrees. Sometimes, there it is. Okay. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is our project is sitting on the original work plane. I want to get my text on the top of the heart there. So what I do is I'm going to go straight onto this, and I am going to drag a work plane right on top of that baby. That means that when I put my text on there, it's going to be on the top and not try to go to the lower work plane. Okay. So I want to put a little text in here. Everything going okay?
Yeah, just go ahead.
It's such a gorgeous day out, everybody, today. Thanks again for coming and spending your time with us today. We really appreciate it. And again, if you have any questions, shoot them over. Steve's going to tell me what's going on. I'm going over to my right here where I have all my text and my boxes and my goodies and things that I can do and put in here. But I'm going text. I drag this over to my text. You see it's a little messy there. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I like to kind of line that up and get it kind of fixed so that it's straight. If you click on that, you'll see over here there is a arrow, and you can just spin it around and get it as straight as possible. It's a little big right now. I'm going to make a nice heart here for my wife. I'm going to bring this down. You just grab it by the corner. I'm going to put this away so we don't see this too much. Let me zoom in here. The middle click button will move over the whole project so that I can scroll over to it without any problem. I'm going to put it down here to get it at the size I want. You see here when I go up, it's very, very tall. So I can bring that down. I can start to at least bring it down. And if you see right there, it tells me how many millimeters I am at on my height. Over here, if I click on that corner, that tells me my width and my length. Now, if you click on the box right there, I can make that 25, and it sizes it down. I can hit that and make it any size I want, and there we go. Okay.
You want to know if I'm giving out something today?
We are going to be giving something out today. We're thinking about the question. We'll do that in a little bit here. Okay, so here's my text. I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to turn it a little bit. There's my arrows. You know, I wanted to also mention, this really helped me, and Steve gave me this little clue here too. Steve's a master at Tinkercad. So if you have any questions, shoot us an email at steve@friendlyhobbies.com or Brian at friendlyhobbies. It's BRYAN at friendlyhobbies.com. But right down here on the side where it says snap grid, I always go to 0.1 millimeters, and that moves that thing so much slower. Now I'm not getting big jumps there. I'm just moving it nice and easy. Okay? I can then grab in the middle there and center it. Back to what Steve was showing last week. I click on the outside, I hit my shift, and then I have both of them highlighted, which brings up the centering tab here. I hit center, and you'll see it brings up the dots. I'm going to bring it to center there and there. Okay. It's not the greatest center. Sometimes you can just eyeball it and bring it up. I'm going to put it right there. That looks pretty dang good. Okay, so let's get to my problem. Okay, you can either, one, leave this as elevated text as it is now, but I don't, once we turn this thing back over 180, the text is going to be right side up, and you can't print it that way. So the best solution here would be to sync your text. Okay, now we click on that. Okay, I then lower the text through, and I'll take it down about 3 millimeters, knowing that I'm going past the thickness, and then I just, over here to the right, make it a hole. So that thick block turned into a hole and not solid. Okay, and there it is. When I want to check it, I then connect everything together and group it. And then that shows us there's our hole. Okay? But here's my problem. Okay? When this prints, you'll see how the E is not connected. And you'll see that the D is not connected also. So when I print this, you're going to have the E, or the middle of the E, and the middle of the D stick to this bed, and everything else is going to come up. So I want to connect those surfaces. Okay? Now, first thing I'll do is I'm going to go back over. I'm fully connected here. I'm making sure I'm grouped. I then, because I want everything to move at once, I then click on my, hard to kind of see the circle there. It's kind of hidden. And then we're going to do 180 there again. Okay, did I get that 180? Yes. Okay, so again, there is my text. And as I said, you are going to have, when we print this thing, the middle of the E and the D is just going to fall apart on you. So here's how to fix it. Okay, we do have that bottom work plane still, and you could see, it's hard to see, but it is on that work plane. And I'll take, let me open up my boxes again here so you can kind of see this. I'll take just a standard box here, okay, and I'm going to drag it here. Now what I'm trying to do is, whoa, that's giant. I'm going to make this thing about 2 millimeters wide. Okay, I'm going to make it a little shorter. And if I see here, there it is right there, I can make it about 2 millimeters. That's about generally what I use, 2 by 2 by whatever length, okay, to keep them connected. There's my 2. And again, if I wanted to, I could hit the corner and I could tell it 2, not 22. That's my length, and there's my width. So I'm at 2, 2, 2 there. Okay. That looks a little big to me. So I'm going to pull this over, and I want to connect that E. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll in here a little bit, pull this down so I can see, and then I am going to pull this down right here. Oops, made a mistake. You just hit the back key. You pull this down. Oops, I'm not selected. Oh my gosh, I just deleted that. Oh no. I'm going to go back and hit the back key. Okay. When I highlight that, I'm getting right to that arrow and I'm pulling it down. Okay, and if you see there, it's telling me how far below I am. Okay, now I'll pull it over to here. That's awfully big for this thing, so again I want to size it down. I'm going to go probably about, I'd say about 3/4 of a little over a half a millimeter. I'm going to pull this guy here and make it a bit shorter. And I'm a little over a half millimeter, and then I'm coming here. Okay, I'm going to flip this around so we can see really good. Sometimes it takes a little finagling to get Tinkercad to work right. It's all about practicing it. So I'm putting it right there. I'm going to turn this guy. I don't see my arrows there. Here's one thing that we were talking about today. I can't see to select my current piece. I can hit select the outside of this, and then I can hide it. So it completely hides it. I can come here, and now I can see my arrows, and I can move it a little bit. I unhide everything with the light bulb, and there it is. Okay, again, it's a little tough to see, so I'm going to move that guy there. I'm going to shorten this up a bit, pull it up in here, and it's still a little bit too big. So I'm going to pull this down, and I'm going to make sure that it's hidden below the E there. And I can always straighten this by moving it over wherever I want it. And you can see now that is going to connect my surface. It doesn't look the greatest, but once it's printed, it comes out pretty dang good. Here's another tip too. So I got my E there. We're very pressed on time, so I'm moving very quickly, and I'm going to show you, you could straighten it and center it and the whole bit, but I'm quickly showing you. So here's what I take on the E. I'm going to connect, highlight my current piece. I'm going to hit right here, duplicate, and repeat. Now I can take that same piece, move it over, and now my D is connected. Kind of cool. If I wanted to also do that again, I'll highlight out. Make sure that your piece is highlighted, because if you're in here and you hit that, now that highlighted the whole piece and not our piece that we're trying to move. Now, come out a little bit, go to the side. I'm going to move this over a little bit, and then I'm going to, again, grab that piece there, and then I'm going to duplicate, and I'm going to move it up here so that I ensure that I have both those connected and it will not fall out when I print. Okay. Here again, we can get in here and turn our piece to make sure it's a little bit more centered. Okay. Okay. Now, everything looks good there. I'm going to, again, I'm moving quickly on time because we are press for time. I'm going to connect everything. There it is. And I'm going to show you this on Simplify so you can kind of see how that it will look when we put it onto the print bed. Once I click out of here, it saves it. Okay, and then it takes me to my main menu. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to download it, my STL.
You're looking to purchase parts, you're looking to have something repaired.
I'm going to my download folder where everything goes, and then I'm going to
Right now we have
cut it out there and put it into my folder that we're saving our models into. I'm doing it on another screen you can't see, but that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I've saved that project. It's there. We're good to go. I'm going back to Simplify 3D. There is my surface, my project. I'm going to remove those. Those were the ones when we separated. I'm going to import. There's my heart box. And, oops, wrong one. Okay. I'm trying to find it. Took a second. And there she be. Okay.
Yeah, we have quite a few parts in for that one.
And I'm going to kind of zoom in so you can see this. And the best way to so you can see this a little better is I'm going to double click this and I'm going to take it up to about 400%. And there it is. And you can see I have little holders in there to hold my text so that it doesn't fall apart when I try to pull these things off the bed. And that's how you do it. Once it prints, you'll see that it has everything's combined and it's good to go. Okay, that's the kind of what we're doing today. I want to take some questions if anybody has a question, and then I can answer those questions.
Yes. Someone asked, is there some software that you can download to practice? So maybe, the link to Tinkercad will be on there.
Yes.
And Cura and Slicer. And I even think Simplify 3D has a 30-day trial. Is that right?
I think they do, yes.
So
and I last time when I was in the comments, I posted links to Tinkercad.
Okay.
So I'm going to have Steve do that right now. Tinkercad and Thingiverse. So these are the best two things to kind of play around with. Go to Thingiverse, practice downloading, find models that you would like to play with a little bit, and do text creations on them, different sorts of shapes and things like that's built into Tinkercad. We have a question for today. What was the question for the free roll of filament, Steve?
If you have a couple items on the screen.
If you have a couple items on the screen, okay, and I'm going to open this up again. Okay. And I'll give you kind of a hint. I did it. So the answer, we already gave you the answer.
Did you tell them what the prize is?
It's a free roll of filament.
Oh, did you say that?
Yes, I did. Okay, so sometimes when I want to get to a certain piece of the project and I need to highlight it, but I can't highlight because it's sometimes, Tinkercad's not the greatest thing in the world. It's great, but it's sometimes a little quirky to use. I keep trying to highlight my little piece there. How can I highlight that piece? What's going on? It's sometimes hard to get to. One thing, first of all, this was the start of a quick trick question, is I need to ungroup first. Ungroup. Okay? And how do I highlight that little guy? Well, it did it pretty easily there. But is anybody answering the question, how can I highlight that if I'm too close and I can't get to it? How do I highlight that guy to select that piece that I want to manipulate? Any answers yet? And again, I did it already. I showed you what it was. Okay? So sometimes, like I said, it's hard to get to it. When you click on something, it accidentally highlights the whole project. And you see it's highlighting the whole project, and it's not highlighting my piece. Well, that time it did it, but this makes it. This is just a quick shortcut. These questions are to help you with quick shortcuts, and it makes you remember them. So here's. Should I do the answer yet? Or has anybody given the answer? Here's the answer, okay? I highlight this guy, and I want to get to that guy. What I can do is I highlight on this, and if you see over here, the light bulb, hide selected. Now I can get to my guy. Now it's selected, I can do whatever I want. I can, if I mess it up, I just go back there. When I'm done manipulating that little piece that I'm messing with, I then turn everything back on with the highlighting the bulb again. And that's kind of a neat little tip or trick. Steve, you got any other little tips or tricks like you're always teaching me? I like the one about where we did the snap to grid, where it slows it down so we're not moving so quickly. Give me another little something in there.
You're putting a lot of pressure on me, sir.
He says he's got a lot of pressure on him right now. Come on. Hey, we have a great time at this. We hope this helps you. We hope this is fun for the whole family, because I tell you, 3D printing is so much fun. It's an addiction to us. One machine's usually never enough, so we're always printing something, and we need to start another print. So we say enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I tell you, it's a great thing for kids to learn how to 3D and CAD design. So Tinkercad is the free and easiest way to do it. Make sure you tune it. Do we got any winners yet on our?
Well, no one answered it correctly, so
nobody did.
They can do it. You know that people watch it later, so the first one to post it on here
will win the
free filament.
We gave you the answer, so all you got to do is say, "Hey, light bulb." So we hope that this helps with some of the boredom going on right now, and I know everybody's cooped up like crazy. We hope that these are enjoyable for you. We hope they help. And again, we appreciate that you tuning in. Thank you so much. Don't ever hesitate to call us with any questions or email us. I'm Brian, BRYAN at friendlyhobbies.com, or Steve at friendlyhobbies.com. We'll wait another minute or two, see if we have any questions, and we're going to log off.
Okay. It's a little slow today, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's okay. Everybody's out. It's a beautiful day out. It's like 80 degrees. Probably everybody's out and about, social distancing from each other, enjoying the time out. Thanks again. We appreciate it, and we'll see you again on Wednesday. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.